Who would have imagined that at the turn of the 21st century, same-sex marriages would be lawful, culture would be celebrating the transformation of Bruce into Caitlin, and a teen transgender by the name of Jazz Jensen would have a hit show on TLC? The growing belief that people are born same-sex attracted or gender dysphoria is taking hold of many pulpits and being distributed in many Christian circles. The notion that we can fashion our own genders and advance our own set of values with no repercussions is the branded message gaining popularity in churches. So how are Christians expected to respond to this growing acceptance of LGBT beliefs in the church? Well, for starters, we must not let fear drive us away from caring about people and their problems. There are many hurting and confused people in the church struggling with their sexuality and personal ideas about gender. They need someone with a compassionate conviction who is unafraid to have loving but challenging conversations with them. So as Christians, our approach is not to repeat offenses that supply only hate, but to extend the grace and truth of Christ without compromising what the Bible says about homosexuality and transgenderism. Truth is, we were all affected by the fall, according to Romans 5:12-21. And as such, there are temptations, desires, and lusts that strike all people but affect us in different ways. Yet amid such sinfulness, the Bible communicates a redemptive message of hope and forgiveness because Jesus died on the cross for mankind's sin and rose again. Needless to say, I don't know what your personal beliefs are regarding LGBT people and the moral implications surrounding them. But whatever your view is, it ultimately falls into one of the following four camps. The first is the entrenched camp, which believes that any kind of same-sex attraction or gender dysphoria is wrong, and is proof positive a person isn't a Christian. The second is the convinced camp, which believes that people are born same-sex attracted or with gender dysphoria and can be a Christian and live out their LGBT lifestyle. The third is the confused camp, which is made up of people who are not exactly sure they can trust what the Bible says or what culture says about sexuality and gender identity. The fourth is the engaged camp, which believes that God made males and females and that there is an ultimate standard to interpret reality and determine humanity, sexuality, and morality in the context of a biblical marriage. This is where an advocate of God's truth resides. So as you work through this issue, ask God to give you the boldness needed to confront the church's confusion over LGBT issues and look to bring healing to the pain and rejection experienced by many in the LGBT community.